3, 2, 1. We are live, everybody. Why are we running the end at the let's try this show because David has it reversed.
Shortest episode.
It's not reversed.
It is reversed. That says Greg Shapiro. Let's try this one, everybody.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
What could be more reprehensible than 2 old farts? 3 old farts featuring Dave and Steven and Greg Shapiro with funny ha-ha.
There we go. It always helps if you hit the right buttons.
Yeah, well, the end is near, it would seem. On this show,
the end is something, my friend. Let me tell you, that was just crazy.
It feels like the end of times. Yes.
Yeah. So we thought we'd get in early anyway. So I think.
Oh my God.
We thought we'd have the end first, and then we go back to the start.
Are you a doomsday prepper?
Yeah.
Well, I use a lot of. I quite like pepper. I put that all over my dinner. That's
doomsday pepper.
Yeah.
Are you a doomsday shopper?
A doomsday shopper.
I had that experience today where I'm in the Netherlands and there's snow. Yeah. And so it's sort of like where Steven, if you're living in Austin or Florida, if there's ever ice or snow, then everything just shuts down.
That is true. Because here in Monaco, we don't have that problem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but anyway,
we're too rich. We're too rich to have that snow or ice here. We just, it doesn't, it's a constant 23 Celsius. That's it. And that's just the way it works.
Celsius now.
I've always been
4
Celsius.
inches, and I thought, well,
whoa! It's a family show. We don't want to discuss your 4 inches. Let's calm down. So
4 inches. 4 inches extra we got this morning. So,
okay, well, I'm sure your wife is happy. Here's the thing.
She went to work early in the car. I think she's still on the way there.
Yeah, explain why she's happy. So we have a lot to unpack, Greg. Greg, try to be serious.
Sure.
Greg's like, world famous comedians like, why am I here again? Anyway, so Greg, we have a lot to unpack. We can talk about snow or David's 4 inches, or we can talk about your favorite subject, the Orange Man, because Venezuela now is the 51st state, and Cuba, I understand, is on its way to be the 52nd state, which I'm very excited about because I've talked to Donnie and I become the cigar czar, which means Cuban cigars for everybody. And I'm very excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's it's so great. We can't run our own country, so we're going to take over another country. And I keep saying we're running it. We're going to run it. So 51st state, love it. Let's do it. And it's honestly, people in Europe are like, oh, what's happening? This is so unexpected. And I'm kind of thinking like just blatant imperial colonialism. Actually, the most predictable thing that we've seen so far.
Back to America being its normal self by the sound of it. But
here's what's funny. This is kind of like when the British invaded the Falkland Islands. Right? For 2 weeks.
We didn't invade it. We owned it.
Close enough.
The Argentinians invaded it.
Whatever. For 2 weeks, you guys kept saying, we're coming, we're coming, we're coming. And when you guys got there, the Argentinian army was like, they're here? Like, who knew they were coming? I don't know. It was on the news every night for 2 weeks. So this is the Monroe Doctrine from 1823. They're calling it the Trump. This is what he's
Don Monroe. I've heard this. Yeah, sorry, Monroe Doctrine. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the Monroe Doctrine of 1823, now it's the Donnie Doctrine of 2026. And it's sort of like, well, this is interesting. So we're going to be the policemen of the world again. And I'm like, okay. And so the big joke that we have on Habano Saturday is Donnie and I are tight. So I'm like, I'm going to be the cigar czar I'm happy. I get Cuban cigars now legally. So this is a beautiful thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're going to take over everything. So it's going to be us taking over this hemisphere. China's going to go to Taiwan now. So I talked to Panda, and Panda's very excited about taking over Taiwan.
Sure.
And then after that, what are you going to do? You're going to have Putin take over the rest of the Ukraine? I mean, at some point in Europe.
It's just it's the map that George Orwell wrote in 1984.
Yeah. Or it's basically the 1920s and 1930s repeating itself.
It is a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I've been reading this Substack post every day. But yeah,
apart from waking up to an extra 4 inches this morning, I also woke up to the fact that all was it $50 billion or $50 million barrels are going to the US now. Donnie's just taking them, and he's responsible, he said, to sell it all. So there you go. The Argentinian oil, the first lot, he's been gifted, he said, and now it's all going to the US, and he's going to sell it. And so and the other thing is, I can't see China invading Taiwan.
Why?
Until all the chip factories have been built in the US, and when that's done, and the chip manufacturing has been moved right to the US, then secretly he'll phone up and say, "Do you know what, Taiwan, take it." We don't.
I don't want to be rude or anything, but the chip factories take about 20 years to actually build and get up and running. So
let's be rude. You think there's that level of planning, David?
Yeah, really, that's true.
Yeah.
I do. Absolutely not.
No.
There was someone commented basically, fossils, dinosaurs. Like Donnie has treated the Donroe doctrine is, everyone gets their own sphere of influence. And so Don's all in on fossil fuels, dinosaur technology of the past. And if then China gets to invade Taiwan and, take over the chips and the technology of the future, like where's the vision? Where the vision thing? So that's where we're at.
Oh, maybe he's just watched Jurassic Park and thinks I like dinosaurs. Let's go back to that.
First of all, let's just stop with this ridiculous crap that dinosaurs died, which they did. But let's stop that you get oil from dinosaurs. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. We get it from dinosaurs? Really? Because I would assume that the oil is just something down there, and no scientist has ever. I've read all the crap on it. It's such bullshit. Let's stop with that. There's a river of oil that flows through the planet, and they don't want to tell you that, because if they tell you this dinosaur make-believe crap, they can tell you one day it's going to run out. Now, we're old enough, especially David's like old enough, but we're all old enough to know that in the 70s, remember the oil embargo? And they were like, it's going to run out by 1980, there'll be no more oil. We're all going to die.
Yes.
Hey, 2026, and apparently now we have more oil than we did in 1970. So let's stop with the dinosaurs and all this other ridiculous bullshit. That's where we get our oil from.
Yeah, so I can imagine that your library's very, very thin, and you've taken out everything to do with dinosaurs. That's all been rejected.
I love the dinosaur books, but here's the other problem.
I was told that. I thought it was dinosaur. I thought it was dinosaur we. I thought it's what the oil came from. That's what I thought. Oh my God! I think I saw that on Fox. Then
it's true. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that's true. You saw that on Fox. But no, think about it though. That's such ridiculous crap. And then, what people don't know is that Trinidad and Tobago has a larger oil reserve than Venezuela. And Trinidad
he can't pronounce that, can he?
I've not heard that anywhere. But okay. But
Trinidad they're the top one of the 5 top countries with an oil reserve. And they usually are in court against Venezuela saying you're tapping into our oil.
Oh, okay.
So it's very interesting, but I guess we can't attack Trinidad and Tobago because they have a bigger army than Venezuela. So we have to attack Venezuela. Apparently, who knew?
They got more boats. They got more boats.
They got more boats. Yeah, but I'm just like, seriously. I mean, and then I watched a guy yesterday from Spooks R Us saying, he said this had to be pre-planned. He said, first of all, he's got Cuban bodyguards, Russian intelligence people, Cuban intelligence people. He said they're all trained to protect the president. And he's like, if your president's going to be under attack, He said the first thing your guards are going to do is throw you into the safe room. Then they're going to defend the safe room. And they go, he thinks the Secretary of Defense of Venezuela basically had him tied to a chair, waiting for them to come in, and gave it to him so they could go through this.
Yeah, that's plausible. There's probably, I mean, I guess U.S. intelligence still exists. So was there an inside
intelligence?
Sure.
I think that's an oxymoron, is it not? But there you go.
So Steve Rocket, just so you know, we have a new fan, the only fan. Steve Rocket says the truth is like kryptonite to corrupt liberal Democrats. So I'm not sure what that means.
Oh, Democrats.
Democrats.
I see what you did there.
Democrats.
I'm just reading what he wrote. Congratulations, Steve, on writing that. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, Steve.
So,
we got viewers that can actually write. I mean, we're moving.
Well, we could be ChatGPT 4. Let's not get carried.
Or the bots are getting so much more hard to detect.
There you go.
But anyway, but back to fine. So apologies for implying that dinosaurs contributed to fossil fuels. I wanted to follow up on the idea, like, everything's going to run out and we're all going to die. I was making that point a couple episodes ago about food and agriculture and food security, So same thing. The technology keeps catching up and, productivity and efficiency. And as much as, we hate plastic, it helps prevent food waste, and that's the worst, actually. So, anyway, I think oil.
Do you think Americans are going to end up eating Venezuelans? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
That could, So, Soylent Green is people, and and the cigars are, I don't know, fine. I think you're right, though, that chip making plants like that takes a long time to build. So it's still going to be some sense of global. I mean, the whole global COP thing. That's out the window because now it's regional.
Yeah. So, and here's the issue with us being the global policeman.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think after World War II, it was probably okay, probably right up until, I want to say, Reagan. And then kind of when the wall fell down and we all had a big kumbaya moment, I think at that point it became a little different. Like everyone's like, we're all adults now. We should all be able to police each other or have whatever. So all of a sudden going, hey, we're going to use the Monroe Doctrine because of whatever. Okay, listen, I don't sit with you every day, Donnie. You have your reasons, for whatever reasons, that's fine. But now when you go now Greenland, we have to look at Greenland, and all of a sudden you got the Danish prime minister going to NATO, hey, if the Orange Man comes over here, we have to do something. So now it's getting a little different.
Oh, we've done something about it in Europe. We sent him a letter saying we were a bit miffed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rest didn't have balls enough to do it, but the Brits, Keir Starmer said please, Donny, please consider not doing it.
Yeah.
As did the French. But so naughty.
The surrender money.
Yeah. We got it in. We got it. We sent it early because at the end of the month, of course, there'll be another government strike in the US, so there won't be any post delivered. So they thought they'd get it in early, and so that Donny could read it. So
By the way, the guy from Damage Inc. 113 says nobody calls him the Orange Man in Europe. Well, tell us what they call him in Europe. We would love to know.
The Orange Man. That's what we call him over here, mate.
So, so my point is that so they're saying she keeps going like you can't take Greenland. I mean, I guess you could, but then if you go to Greenland, then that theoretically would start, for lack of a better term, I'll be nice, a global conflict. So then what happens? And that's why I think
it's part of NATO, isn't it? By default, Greenland is part of NATO.
Yeah, Greenland is definitely NATO. So Trump's saying like we need Greenland. Like you have Greenland, it's part of NATO. That's
you can kind of deal with them like you did with the Marshall Islands or somewhere. Just say, look, we just put a whole load of stuff in here, and I don't think the Greenlandic people. Yeah. But of course, now I'm now an officially Greenlandic snow advisor because I know so much about snow now for the last 3 days. So I'm an expert on all things snowy. But there's no reason why you couldn't up the army and the navy and the air force on Greenland. Nobody would mind that too much.
Well,
But
to this one person's point, let's just skim by it. You guys can see the comments on your screen as well.
Yes.
He said, which is very true. He said, if we take Greenland, NATO is gone. I agree with that, because NATO then would have to say to us, I'm sorry, you attacked, if you will, a sovereign nation.
Yeah.
And remember, NATO's job is to defend. So you have to defend against one of your partners. That would be a very interesting global conflict. And we all know Donnie's not a fan of NATO. So I'm not really sure how.
No, well, we've given up on him anyway. I think most of Europe doesn't expect the US to do anything. I mean, was it Article 51 or whatever it is, or 52? The one that says Article 5, that, you know, if anything happens to one member, then everybody will step in. But that's optional. It's not what as a law to be in the club. It just says
more to
that's
the
what
point.
Sorry.
Oh, well, sorry. There's also Article 51, which is where they keep the aliens who
Area 51.
Oh.
But Article 5, there's no article, as far as I know, that covers like what happens if one NATO signatory invades another. Maybe I haven't read it, so I don't know. But I'm pretty sure when everybody signed up to the whatever rules-based international order after World War II, that clause was like, why would we address that? That surely no one will have to. But I mean, that's the end game here, basically. That's Putin's end game, that he has convinced everyone it's a great idea. No, we'll take Europe. NATO has to go. And in exchange for NATO, the Monroe Doctrine is, well, the Monroe Doctrine was like no more colonial powers from Europe coming into anywhere in the Western Hemisphere, right?
Correct.
With the implication, like, also we won't, take any Western Hemisphere countries for our empire. But yeah, the Monroe Doctrine seems to be it's in your backyard. Take it.
They changed a few words in the doctrine. What's the big deal?
Yeah. And it is. I mean, it is odd that Denmark owns Greenland. What is that?
Well, it's because they sent a lot of settlers there, like right back, and that's why they called it Greenland, to get people to go there, because everything but green. Yeah, everything. I mean, I think the first
Trump land.
Oh yeah, it's anything but green in places. Yeah.
I mean, the U.S. owns Hawaii and Alaska, so fine.
Well, Alaska we bought though from Russia. We paid whatever we paid for it, $3 or $4 million. We bought that from Russia.
You're suggesting we're going to give Alaska back?
No. I'm just saying we bought that from Russia.
You can't do that, so we'll be able to watch Deadliest Catch. You can't give it back. I mean, come on.
Okay, but no. So
I think it's a matter of time until Donnie pulls out of NATO and gives Alaska back to Russia.
No, I don't think we give Alaska
great mineral rights. It's going to be so many people are going to make so much money.
We have mineral rights. It's all the minerals in Alaska. I think Venezuela has minerals too. Minerals and oil and
Wait, back to the oil from Venezuela. It's so hard to get out of the ground. I've read that, first of all, the oil companies are like, we don't want to invest in redoing that infrastructure. We don't even know how badly it's decayed. And the oil that you get out of that basin is like hard to develop into crude or anything.
Yeah, but that's the one thing that you have a shortage of in the US. There's this really hard, this crude oil.
We have something hard in the U.S. No, the problem is that they said, I was watching Bloomberg yesterday, and they were talking about it'll take $10 billion a year for 10 years to do infrastructure in Venezuela to get it up to where, if you will, oil companies feel comfortable. I think Chevron right now is the only one, if I'm remembering correctly, and I could be wrong, so if someone wants to correct me, feel free. But I think Chevron is the only one that's there, and Trump is saying to everybody, hey, you should come now. And people are like, not so much. Look, we're waiting. Let's just see how this goes.
It's not just the oil, is it? It's the infrastructure around it, the roads, the security of the people that are there. Right. It's like it's just very American, I think. Well, we'll just invade shit. I mean, they did that in Iraq. And Iran,
Vietnam.
We just invade it, and because there's a problem, and we can solve the problem by dropping a couple of bombs on a couple of people. But the day after, they think,
do what you're good at. Stick to your strong point.
Be imperialist. I mean, that's what you guys are.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's Yeah, it's a little bit.
I mean,
It's,
yeah. I mean, I say that as a Brit.
I
I say that as a.
wait a minute. Oh,
I
that's
say that as a
exactly.
Brit, of course. You know, I'm allowed to say that. As a
Yes.
Brit. Or
You-
and as a plastic
make
Dutchman, because we know a lot about imperialism as well in Holland.
Oh yeah.
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 but
No, true enough.
It's going to be I think it should be very interesting to see what happens, because ultimately, you know, the scuttlebutt is like, well, Cuba could be next. And realistically, maybe it could be. I don't see where that's going to be a big thing. But the problem I have with all of this is, if we're really going back to the 1920s and 1930s, that didn't fare really well, you know? So I'm thinking,
well, it did for a while. And
well, it got us out of the
1929.
It got you out of the 1929 depression by 1954. But I'm like, I don't think we really need to go that route, because there's probably another way to do this. I mean, I understand there's bad people in the world and there's bad people in the country. We got rid of Saddam, we got rid of Gaddafi. I get all that. And people are like, yay, no nuclear, no this. But it's like picking on Venezuela and picking on like Cuba. We were talking about this the other day at the office. It's sort of like the NFL team going to like PS 137 and picking on sixth graders. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Now, if I'm going to go pick on my equal, say that would be China. They invade Taiwan. America's like, you can't do that. Now that's equal.
Well,
now you're talking
send him
about
a letter.
Fight.
Send him a letter. He won't do it then.
Strongly worded letter.
Strongly worded letter.
Yeah. But I think that Venezuela is just a bit of a dry run for Cuba. Really, I do.
That could be.
Sorry.
But I was going to go to the petrodollar thing, and you know, Stephen, with your insight into finance and whatnot. I mean, I think I read a quick explainer about 1973 oil crisis, right? 1974, Kissinger makes this deal with Saudi or the OPEC nations.
I think the OPEC in general.
If you keep doing your oil deals, you know, if we keep buying and you keep selling in US dollars, and that is the global reserve currency, and you know, then fine. But you know, Saddam says, hey, I don't need to sign up for your petrodollars. I'm going to sell my oil in, I don't know, rubles or whatever. Right. And so up there, now we're invading Saddam. Gaddafi said the same thing. We're going to skip this petrodollar plan. We get rid of Gaddafi, and I guess Maduro was the same thing.
He was up to he wanted to you know, get deeper into the BRIC nations and do it through that.
Yes, wanted to be one of the BRICS. Well, so what about that? I mean,
now he's turned out to be one of the BRICS, so it's kind of half.
Oh yeah, they want to be one of the BRICS. Yikes! Boy. Anyway,
it's the problem is in like I'm reading some of the comments. There are many deals that were made after World War II, but I assume at some point, going back to what the Spooks or Us guy said yesterday.
Okay.
This had to be preempted. It's like, you know, like you said, they've got they have SAM missiles, they have these missiles, they've got like a compound with guys that are heavily armed, and a little helicopter goes over and says, we're taking your president. So I have a feeling there was a backdoor deal made. I agree with that. Probably with the defense minister is what they're saying. And it's like, listen, we're going to not take you or kill you. You're going to do what we say. And they're like, sure, why not? And then they just become rich because they hang out with America.
Well, I mean, how did Venezuela
socialism for you?
That was basic corruption, though, right?
Right.
Like, DC was bad.
But that's every government, isn't it? I mean, I don't think our government's really any different. I think our government's just like everybody else. And thank you for the gentleman who said 3 fools. Yes, we are, and we know that, and we're very proud of it. And we have sweatshirts. Feel free to go to the merch store and buy one. Anyway,
I've actually not seen the name of the show. Actually, not seen the name of the show.
Yeah, we're going to change the name next month. But so I think it's very interesting on how this is going to play out globally. You know,
what happens when the U.S. is no longer the reserve currency, or the U.S. dollar is no longer the reserve currency? And what does that do to the debt? And, you know, at what point does U.S. default? Before they step out of NATO or after?
But here's the question, though. What currency are you going to use? You're not going to use the ruble. You're not going to use the RMB or the yuan from China. You know, granted, they wanted to do the BRIC countries. So you have Brazil and you have China and you have India and you have this and that. But none of them are, if you will, single strong. China's strong. But I think people have a thing like, oh, if we use China as a global currency and, you know, Xi wakes up one day and he's pissed off, we could be screwed. Right. The euro.
Yeah.
People
What
don't
about the
think-
euro?
I don't think people think the euro is strong enough.
Okay.
Well, it is because we're spending a shitload of money buying American arms to give to Ukraine.
But, don't
Yeah,
forget,
so-
Bulgaria is now part of the euro currency. So
That's helped. That's
All right,
helped us.
you're
out.
right. Now we should go ahead. The euro currency should be the global currency because of that. But I'm just saying, I think there's a lot to do with the mystique.
if the
and
euro
whatnot.
can
I think,
survive taking on Bulgaria, maybe we should give another look at the euro.
yeah, that's what I was
Sorry,
gonna say. We should take a look at how we want to do this in the real world.
Greg, I got
I think-
bad news for you, mate. There's somebody on the phone from the Bulgarian TV. You've just blown it. You know.
Okay, sorry.
I love it.
Well.
Please add to the comments. It helps the algorithm. Helps us.
Okay. More comments, please. Thank you, Bulgaria TV. We love you, people. And
Sophia.
yeah,
Knowledge.
Sophia, I love you. But it's just, I think it's just very interesting because there was a trader who bet on the Venezuelan president being whatever. He did a trade, made $400,000. I don't know what kind of trade that was.
Okay.
And I just laughed. I'm thinking to myself, now we're betting. It's like going to Vegas. Like, who do you think is going to Vegas next?
It's a
Cuba?
website.
What's the odds? 6 to 1.
It's
All
a
right, I'm gonna put down
website.
money.
It's a website you could bet on all sorts of stuff. You can bet on how many times that Donnie says oil. When he's actually talking about drug barons.
Okay.
And this guy had betted 2 days before on and it all happening. But so yeah, insider trade. It's a betting platform. So insider trading doesn't count.
Is it only a matter of time until where?
I do like this one guy's comment. He said, "Put the dollar back on gold." I would love that because then you would have a strong currency backed by something. But I don't think we have enough gold anymore.
Well, there isn't any gold
back the
left.
dollar.
I think Donio's got all the gold. He's
It's in the
turning it
White
into
House now.
paint. Yeah, he's turning it into paint.
I got
So
it from
paint
Home
everything.
Depot.
Well,
Good deal.
well,
You have to get
let's-
past all the eye stations at Home Depot first, of course, to get into buy.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, Greg,
Hey, the thing is, like, if he's Venezuelan, isn't he? This Montero guy.
Yeah.
But he's illegal. I think they're going to deport him back to Venezuela. Do you think?
I mean, I don't know who wrote. I have to look it up. That was a good joke. That's
I thought that. Yeah,
5-word joke. I accidentally deports Maduro to
I would love that. That would be funny. I'm sorry, sir. You'll have to go. Remember, this all started with a man, Noriega, down in Panama. Right?
We forget about that. Early
We
90s.
forget
That was
about-
George H.W. Bush. Yeah.
That was one of the Bushes went there and took him because his people wouldn't take him out. Yada yada yada. So he rotted in a prison in Miami. I don't know if he's still alive or he passed away, but
I think
he
He's
died.
watching this show somewhere.
Oh,
yeah. But I'm just saying. But I remember
Manny.
when we did that, and then the U.S. went down there and rebuilt and blah blah blah. It was very nice. So this is almost kind of the same thing, but once again, Panama would be like going to pick on Cuba. You know what I'm saying? It's like 5 people are there. So it's a little different.
You control the canal. I think it's logical. If I'm going to the gambling sites, I'm going to say next up is Panama.
No, I wouldn't say. I'm betting on I'm either betting Cuba or Greenland for the next
Cuba or
thing
Greenland.
we're going to do.
Or Colombia, don't forget.
Colombia, we're mad at them
Colombia
this
had
week.
some choice words for
Mr.
like,
Trump.
He basically, what did Petro say? He's like, and you got to love Petro for the petrodollars. Come on.
There you go.
But I mean, no, he's anti-fossil fuels. He's trying to host the fossil fuel phase-out summit next April, co-hosted by the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But anyway,
how's he going to cut all that cocaine without petrol, benzene?
Okay. Well,
Petro's
just talking about. Donald is such a pedophile. How big a pedophile? He's invading a whole other country to try to distract us. And now you see signs that are saying Epstein, Venezuela. This is I kind of want to see. I mean, whatever. We saw the war of words between like Gavin Newsom and Trump. So maybe the new world leader taking over the Gavin Newsom spot is the president of Colombia. That could be interesting.
But that's the problem, though. If we start doing these little mini invasions, for lack of a better term, and start making these side deals, everything comes back to full circle. It's kind of like, let's not do that. And then Trump said yesterday in a speech, he goes, if I lose, he loses. The Republicans, the midterm elections, they said the Democrats are going to impeach me. And I'm thinking to myself, I think we're beyond. I don't think anybody really cares. I think they're just waiting for you to go in 28. And then someone in my office is like, well, he's only here until 28. And I'm like, I think he's going to be here past 28. I think this is because I think he's going to be like, I think he learned from Roosevelt. If there's a world war, you can be there a couple extra years. So I think it's like, here's my prelude to a world. Let me just get it going. So when the elections are up, I'll be like, "Ooh, it's too unstable. We can't do it. I have to be here for another 4 years."
We don't get elections.
State of emergency. Yeah, we said this even before he came to power. So that he's never gonna lose. Yeah, Bannon said that as well. Yeah. I mean, and Venezuela as well. He's flooding the zone with Venezuela. So we've all forgotten about Epstein. You remember him, Epstein? Anybody remember him? No.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's very good distraction.
Right. Let's Let's go to talk about what Greg usually likes to talk about, which is the good climate news.
Well, I did. I have some. We're talking about eating Venezuelans, and
why not? We've got to do something with them.
And we're talking about fossil fuels. Well, so here's this new technology that I keep seeing, which is turning carbon emissions into some form of protein that we can eat, or maybe not we can eat, but there's a Dutch company. And so that's my thing. Climate good news, mostly from the Netherlands, trying to, because Dutch people are too modest and they need a cheerleader.
Sorry, the Dutch people are modest.
So Dutch Air Bio, it's called AERBIO, Air Bio. They have a pilot plant now that is turning carbon emissions into animal feed for fish and chickens for livestock.
Oh, very nice.
I mean, I don't know exactly how it works or whatever. I'm hopefully getting to the point where I can make this into TV, and go interview these people and show you how it works. But that's one example. There's something else with the CRISPR, which I believe CRISPR technology is like DNA sequencing. Okay. And so this headline is from SciTech Daily. CRISPR supercharges are you ready for this?
Sure.
It sounds delicious. Supercharges a meat-like fungus into a sustainable protein powerhouse.
For who?
I thought that was just a statement about American politics, but
you don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Don't want to know how the sausage is made.
But with the help of I don't know, it's Frankenstein food, and it's genetically, I guess, modified. What does that mean? CRISPR supercharging. But all I know is that in the Netherlands, when they try to serve you the deep fried meatballs, the croquettes and stuff, they have a meat substitute now. So if you want to go plant based, but it's basically this kind of mushroom. It's the it's mushroom based. It's like all kinds of little mushrooms instead of meat, and the texture is actually pretty meaty. So I don't know how hard they need to do to supercharge fungus. Just pick some mushrooms. Can we work on your marketing, please? Here's an even better one.
Okay.
This is from interestingengineering.com. Engineers grow edible plastic from worthless waste using black yeast-like fungus.
What the heck? Why am I eating my plastic? If my car gets into an accident, instead of totaling it down, I'm going to let me eat my car. Thank you very much.
Yeah. If you're trapped in an earthquake, you can eat your dashboard.
You can eat your way out.
It tastes just like fungus.
Oh my God.
From worthless. But anyway, I think we need to work on some marketing and PR.
We're running out of food, people. Let's make food.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. Less people. With 8 billion people we can't feed. Maybe we need to get down to 2 or 3 billion. I mean, send the rest to Mars. I'm good.
We could sort of make campfires and sit around and watch Melania's underwear or panties, watch them all being burned. God. Because she's got a lot of them. That's I learned that on Fox as well. So
you learned that on Fox as well. Okay, well,
yeah.
Phone it.
That'll be true. Donnie loves her panties. And,
I will put these links in the comments if you're interested. But
sure.
or in the,
these fans are interested. Let me tell you, I'm reading some of their comments. These guys are interested.
yeah. What about any more comments? And then I gotta go.
Yeah, then we gotta go, kids. Anybody else want to say anything other than good night to everyone but Maduro? We got eat stuff.
Yeah, well, he's busy anyway. He's down to Nike store to get another tracksuit. So
probably. Hey,
but
to all the fans that joined us this morning, thank you so much, or this evening, wherever you are in the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Greg will be back next month.
Or if you're a hater, just join in next time.
Just join in and feel free to write your comments, which we always appreciate. We will see everybody. Oh, wait, one last comment. Let's see what we have. Stephen, you're really promoting. Thank you very little. So
obviously not a compliment. If not, you wouldn't have read it out, Steve.
Yeah, well, I like to check it out, but I think it was a compliment. It's just that the writing's too small. I have to blow up the screen, so I'll take it as a compliment.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
There you go. Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, Greg. We'll see you next year. And to everybody, happy, healthy New Year.
Next year, even.
And I'm sorry, next month. Sorry, we'll see everybody in February with Greg. Check your stuff. If you subscribe, you'll get a little bing that says we're coming on, and there you go. And then somebody wants us to kiss his butt. Okay, well, thank you, Bart Simpson.
Oh, you can have mine. You can kiss mine if he likes. I'm sitting on mine. I'm keeping it warm for him.
So, all right. And with that, we say, kids, have a good day. Cheers, everybody.
Bye-bye.
This is 2OF Entertainment.